Welcome to Behind the Lines. I'm Diane Dayton. We're going to talk today about one event I always look forward to every spring. It's the River Towns Plein Air, and it's brought to you by Marietta Art Alive. And with us right now, we do have the founder and organization of Marietta Art Alive. It's Marietta Hines. Thank you for being here, Marietta.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
It's beautiful in spring, hence our flowers here, but there's so much beautiful art, and it's painting outside. But tell us, first of all, so we understand, what is Marietta Art Alive, and how did that start?
Well, Marietta Art Alive is a group of 6 female artists. We all got together one day and talked about how we could kind of support each other, and you know, we talked about a lot of things. What we wound up deciding on was that we wanted to bring more art to the Rivertown communities, and we wanted to you know, bring people there and support the artists.
Absolutely. So this started in 2020, so 2024 is year 4 with this.
Right.
Now, when we're talking about plein air, what does that really mean?
Plein air is painting outdoors in the open air. Basically, that's the definition of it. It's a French term. They say plein air, and in the U.S. we pronounce it Pleinair. I've belonged to numerous groups in Lancaster, and I've actually organized a group that would meet in different locations and paint, and you know, then we'd post our paintings, and it was just a fun experience, a lot of camaraderie.
Yeah, and doing this together,
Yeah.
the energy and outside and nature, boy, it doesn't get much better than that, does it?
No, it really doesn't.
Yeah. So if we talk about the river towns, we're talking about Columbia, we're talking about Marietta, and we're talking about Wrightsville.
Right.
So there are, I understand, 50 artists that are going to be a part of that this year. Is that correct?
That's right. We had a jury process. We had about 90 artists that applied, and our juror selected 50. Now, about half of them are local, and the other half are from New York, Maryland, Massachusetts, and you know, Delaware, pretty much the Northeast area.
Yeah.
And those artists were notified, and said they would love to come to our area and paint. And so then they start painting on April 10th.
Right.
So they have a week to paint.
Okay. And then we have the show that follows that. So what medium are we talking about for the artists?
These are all mediums. They just have to be, they're 2D art, so they're generally paintings, but they could be charcoal, gouache, oils, watercolor, any medium that they want to. We've even had collage artists that participated. So you can pretty much anything that you can do outside.
Okay, that sounds really exciting. And I think last year when you and I were talking earlier, you said you had 230 pieces on display.
Yes.
That's a lot of art.
Yes, that's correct. So this show is also attracting a lot of art collectors and art lovers. So, you know, each year we have more and more people come to see this show. And we have some real stars in this show. These are artists that have made a name for themselves in the other areas, and you know, it's just really fun to see their interpretations of our river towns.
Oh yeah. So I assume there are some artists that are repeat from one year to the next?
Some love it so much that they, you know, attempt to get in every year.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's an event and kind of like a homecoming for some people when they get together.
Yes, and they talk it up to their artist friends. So, you know, more and more, every year we have new artists that apply and get in. So
this is
really
exciting,
fun.
and I give you a lot of credit for doing this because this is a pretty big task, isn't it?
It really is. We start organizing it in like October.
Okay.
and it requires a lot of people. We have to contact hosts because the artists, we try to host them with families locally, and you know, all the the people that contribute and donate to the cause.
Right.
You know, we contact them, and the advertising and the marketing and, you know, all the graphics and the social media. And,
Yeah, it's
and
a lot
and
of
that
pieces
type-
to the
It really
puzzle,
is a lot,
right?
a lot of
Yeah.
pieces. I'm a real taskmaster. My group will tell you. So
I love the idea of having host families.
yes.
Now, how do you go about matching up people and finding people who would like to host?
Well, you know, some of them are people we know. We post on social media. Anybody want to host an artist? And I host an artist myself every year, and it's just really a delight. It's you get an inside view of the process. You get to see what they bring home every day that they painted, and you get to see what their mindset is and what. Some artists will paint many more pieces than they actually put in the show. So they, you ask them how they select, how do they narrow it down and that type of thing. So you really get an inside view of the artist's process.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you're kind of cheering them on because that's your artist.
Oh,
that
yeah,
you're-
exactly.
Yeah, that
exactly.
you're hosting. So.
And I believe they each have their own space, don't they? And that they get to figure out how they want to display.
Yes, we give each artist has like a 6 by 6 foot space at the exhibit, and we give them the title, the labels for their pieces, and they hang their own show.
Okay.
And that.
Is it a minimum or maximum amount of pieces they're allowed to show? Or
No,
not?
that as many as they can fit
So,
on those
as many as they can
panels.
get on there and
Right.
display
Some
in the
people
way they
will
want to.
do a combination of small and large pieces. So.
Okay. Wow, this is so interesting. The feedback that you get from the artists that come is what?
Oh,
Marita?
it's great. It really is. They really enjoy. It's the area. It really. It's such a beautiful area. There is so much to paint. There's such a variety of subject matter for the artists. You have the river and the bridge that a lot of people paint, the Columbia Wrightsville Bridge, but all, the small town Americana.
Oh,
kind of
truly,
type.
right.
Yeah, it really is a very inspiring place to paint.
Okay, so we were saying that they actually paint from April 10th to the 17th.
Right.
Now, are there certain locations that are blocked off that they're sent to or they can go to, or how is that arranged?
Yes, well, we came up with a map.
Okay.
So we've added a couple sites this year, so it's pretty exciting. But basically, down to the southernmost point is Blue Rock Heritage,
Okay.
and up to Falmouth on the east shore, and then Wrightsville down to Lock 2 Boat Launch
Okay.
on the west side of the
right.
river. So, and we have Sam Lewis Park, which is a beautiful site,
Yeah.
and Nisley Winery. They're
Oh, wow.
participating this year. So,
Wow, that's great
Yes.
to be able to do that and to actually go around to different
right.
places.
There's
and
almost
paint.
too many places to choose from, so it's kind
you've
of,
narrowed
it
it
helps
down,
to
right?
know the area. Yeah, definitely.
So then there's a free to attend, correct?
Yes, the show, it's 4 days this year, and it is free to the public. And,
We can just come in and immerse
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
I know that's what I enjoy.
There are people that come back
Oh, yeah.
more than one time. Some people will go home and measure their walls to see, they have a special place for a painting they saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it relaxing. I find it inspirational. And there's a calmness for me when I'm walking around looking at the art. It just energizes me at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I really, really do enjoy that. So if we have the judging, which we will talk about in just a bit, but if we want to find out more about what's going on, first of all, there is a website, and it's mariettaartalive.com, right?
That's correct,
What are we going to
yes.
find there, Marita?
Well, you'll find the schedule for the outdoor show. There is a map under the artist information. We'll be adding more information
Okay.
closer to the time. And
Yeah, it's just a good resource, right?
yeah, it really is.
But what I love is what you do on social media, too. because you do
Yeah,
post
you can
pictures.
Follow us, yeah. Follow us on
Absolutely.
social media, Marietta Art Alive, both on Facebook and Instagram, and we try to keep people up to date about the different activities, because there are different activities during this time, like the quick draw.
Okay, and we will get more information on that as well.
Okay.
And there's even family activities.
Right.
So this is very cool. This is a
Yes.
wonderful thing. So once again, this is River Towns Plein Air, and this is brought to you by Marietta Art Alive. It was founded in 2020. This is year 4. You want to find out more about this, so stay with us and we'll be right back. You're watching Lancaster Community TV, LCTV 66. Welcome back. We're talking about River Towns Plein Air. It's coming up mid-April, and we're talking to Marietta Hines, and she is the Marietta Art Alive founder and organizer who organizes this. We're in year 4, and this is so exciting because it's that perfect time of the year that you want to be outside, and that's where the artists get to be. And then we get to view their work. So the location that we get to view this is where, Marietta?
The Marietta Community House. It's 264 West Market in Marietta.
Yeah.
And there's a large gym in the rear of the community house that it used to actually house the Susquehanna Theater. So
Oh, I remember that.
yeah.
Yes.
So
I think it's a beautiful location.
it's a lovely space.
Yeah. And you can just meander through.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. So when we look at this, we're talking about a bunch of different things going on. The painting, as we had talked about earlier, is April 10th through 17th. Then April 18th through 21 is when we get to come and view this, and it's free, by the way. But there's going to be judging, and there's going to be awards. Tell us about that and that
correct.
process.
So at the end of the painting, the artists all bring in their work and hang it, and our juror, Aaron Thompson of Lancaster, will come in, and we have a number of awards totaling over $5,000 cash
Wow.
awards, and he'll decide, the winners. So and that on the 18th, before the show opens, then we'll have a little award ceremony with the artists.
So how does one even go about judging art? Because isn't that in the eye of the beholder? Right?
Oh, it very much is. Sometimes there are surprises.
Yeah,
sometimes
right.
There's a clear winner, but
Right, sure.
yeah, but it's always fun.
Yeah.
And
And it's whatever speaks to you, right?
yeah. Well, he's he has certain ideas about
Yes.
jurying, I'm sure, and they may not be what everybody else has. Every juror's different.
Absolutely.
Really, so
But that's what's great about
it
coming
really does
as,
make it fun.
Yeah, as an individual, because this work is for sale then too.
That's
Yes?
correct. Right. Then the community pours in as soon as our reception is over. They're waiting at the door, and they want to be first to see all the art.
This really has grown over the years, hasn't it? With the people that want to be a part of it, but the attendance too really has grown.
Yes,
as
we've
the word
really
gets
tried
out.
to get the word out,
Yeah.
and get more and more, and we have more people come into town that collect art. And, not just. But there's also the people that live in the community that just love the scenes.
Oh, absolutely.
So, they walk in and they see things that speak to them, or they have memories of. So
Oh, yeah, for sure. So when we look at the activities that are going on, the public activities, we talked about that free 4-day art exhibit, which is that Thursday through Sunday, April 18 through 21. But there's also family activity. Tell us about that.
Yes, the family activity this year, we've decided to join that with the quick draw. So the quick draw is April 13th. It's a Saturday. So, most people that work can join in. Any artist can sign up. There's a $10 fee. They can sign up and paint. It's a 2-hour challenge. So the clock starts at 10 a.m. and at noon, you have to put your paintbrushes down. And then we're going to close part of the road on Market Street, and artists just line up their easels with their framed paintings. And the juror for that event will be Scott Cantrell of Lancaster. He will look through everything, and we're going to give some awards for that event as well. Now, what makes it a family event is children are invited to participate, so they can paint right alongside of the adults.
Wow.
And we have some free art supplies and some T-shirts to give them, so while supplies last. So.
Oh, I think that's great. What I also like too is that there's a People's Choice Award where the public can actually vote. When does that happen?
Yes, that's actually for the main event. The whole 4 days of the event, while people are coming in to see the exhibit, they can vote on their favorite painting. And then at the end, on Sunday, at the end of the show, then we'll give a special People's Choice Award to the one that gets the most votes. So.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes.
That's good. It's always good to be an active participant
right,
in this
exactly.
too, isn't it?
Yeah.
What I love too is the fact that this is so good for the community and gives an economic boost too.
Yes, I mean, this is really one of the reasons we've continued this. We've really gotten a lot of positive feedback from the, the local businesses. The restaurants do very well, and it just brings people in. People just come to see the show, but then they'll walk downtown to the little shops.
Oh, yeah.
And it really is a little boon for the community. They'll stay in the B&Bs. People can come for the weekend.
Right.
Have dinner we have some great restaurants. So.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And since Marietta Art Alive is a 501c3 nonprofit, correct? 30% of the art sales help to benefit River Towns PA USA. Tell us about that.
That's correct. River Towns PA USA is the nonprofit, and they are the caretakers of the Vesta building. It's a little museum in Marietta, and they give great tours. They talk about the iron industries, so it's a nice little historic nonprofit. And part of their mission is the arts, but they weren't really, they had kind of stopped doing that. And then, we talked to them about maybe joining forces, maybe, doing their art for them. So that's how we...
That's how you do it.
Yep, that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Why not take part in they've been around for maybe 15 years.
Oh, that's great.
It's nice.
That's really good. Let's just wrap around real quick in case somebody's now thinking, maybe I want to do this quick draw thing on Saturday, April 13th. Registration is what, 8 to 10?
Yeah, yes, 8 to 10 is registration. You also be able to apply online or sign up online. Like I said, anybody can. It is free for children. And any 18 and older can sign up. It's a $10 fee.
Okay.
And so you can either do it ahead or you can do it that morning.
Okay. And 10 a.m. till noon is the paint out.
Right.
They wire and frame it from that half hour.
Uh-huh. And then the juror comes around and makes his choices. We have awards. I believe that'll probably be around 1 or 1:30. And then and people can buy the art right there and
then?
there.
Oh, that's good.
Take it with them at the end of the show. So.
Immediate gratification,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So you were talking about donations and things that were needed too when you're actually doing this and ongoing. Address a little bit more of that.
Yes. Well, there's a lot that goes into this. We pay for some advertising, and the advertising is probably the biggest expense. Mm-hmm. But, we have supplies. We've had to purchase display panels. We have to pay for lighting. There's just a lot that goes into it to really make it a top-notch event.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So how do people donate to you?
Well, you can either you can contact us through our website. It's probably the best way to do that. You can email us and there's a donation page that tells you how to mail a check, or you can do it online.
Okay.
There's a link.
So it's MariettaArtAlive.com.
That's correct.
And the same name on Facebook and on Instagram. We can always keep looking there and get excited with things that are going on, especially during the process.
Right. Yes, we'll be posting photos of the artist's painting.
Yeah. That sounds great. Well, I am so glad that you have spearheaded this in the area, and that these 6 women came together when you did in 2020 and decided, let's do this. So April is a good time to do this. And it's spring, and we'd also like to say thank you to Central Market Flowers that are right here on Queen Street, because this made our set just all the better, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Almost makes me want to paint it, you know, looking at
Right.
this too, it really does. So thank you for everything that you do. And once again, we're going to look for this mid-April in Marietta, also in Columbia and in Wrightsville, because it is the River Towns Plein Air, and you can get out there and enjoy this, support, and put in your vote too when you actually get to see it. Thanks again, Marietta, for being here.
Thank you, Diane.
All right, and thank you for joining us today too. I'm Diane Dayton with Behind the Lines, reminding you to look behind the lines. You might be surprised what you find.